Mark Selby to break. That'll do, thank you.
So Mark Selby breaks off in frame 10, and he's clinging on in this year's Masters. Had 3-1 early on, gone 5-3 down, but just gone 5-4. And can he do another remarkable comeback? We've seen plenty of them over the years from Selby, but he's up against one of the hardest match players in the game in John Higgins.
Foul. And a miss. Mark Selby. Look at that, John. Yeah. Touching ball.
Whether the red nose out. Well, if he's left that, Mark Selby will be kicking himself. He's kicking himself.
Yep.
Oh, not to get that cue ball down past the balk line there. That was a big mistake. Mark Selby there, ever the professional. You see that behind you there, just having a drink. Didn't want to move his glass there while John Higgins was playing into that pocket. There you go, you see. Just holding it. No distractions there for his opponents.
4.
Proper gentleman's game we play, Dennis, isn't it?
Yeah, nice to see. Players still call fouls on themselves. A little bit like the golfers. Very, very professional. Now, there's a few more loose reds.
11.
Yeah, this used to be this man's forte, finishing matches off. Still a tremendous player.
12.
But you do get out of the habit of doing these particular things. As I say, John been struggling to get past the last 16 in some of the events this year, but here he is in the quarters, and big chance of going into the semi-final of the Masters.
Yeah, it's a tall order even for someone
19.
of John's class. It's going to be fascinating to see if he can close out this quarter-final match. Lost in the quarter-final last year to Sean Murphy 6-5, and the semi-final the year before to Sean Murphy 6-4.
Yeah, if he wins this match, who does he play, Dennis?
Sean Murphy.
Correct. So the pink goes directly behind its spot in a line.
which is not a bad thing if he can get himself good position. You'd really want to go into those reds from the blue, but I'm not sure if he can get onto the blue from this red. He might have to leave himself on the black, and yeah, he's going to have to play for the black here and then cannon straight into that pink.
27.
He doesn't necessarily have to hit the pink. He could have done with a little bit more angle on this. A little bit more angle and he could have played that cannon. He's looked at a couple of reds to see if they're a plant, but I don't think they are. So off the cushion, lots of top spin. Can he move something here?
Well, it's better than nothing, that's for sure. And if he can pot this and hold the cue ball, the green ball is absolutely perfect the way that pack is placed. Yeah, drop this in and leave the angle on the green. We could leave it on the brown, but green would be even better.
35.
He's had to go up the table and couldn't hold it, so that angle's not there now. But the way that pack was, lovely to go into them. A little bit of no man's land.
Yellow.
This will be some shot if he can get himself onto the red behind the black. It's not a bad effort. It's still going to be a tough pot even if he finishes on it, but he hasn't.
37.
But nevertheless, 37 at this stage is not a bad lead.
John Higgins, 37.
Oh, what a clever shot he's playing that.
Yeah, I was thinking 37 good lead, but not too many balls safe, but that's definitely one.
I think Mark can remove that one. There's a gap between the green and brown, and he might even play it in such a way that he opens the reds up and gets a good cue ball. Just twice across, so.
Yes, I think he was guarding against sticking that red up, wasn't he? Making sure it was across the table twice and finishing where it did. He's left the pack for John to play off, but you have to be careful with these.
Much too thin. And let's have a look at the angle. If he cuts this in, oh, he's going to cannon possibly the reds behind the black. There's a little gap between the black and reds there. If he plays it plain ball, he might just find the gap between the black and those two reds. Well, you'll see very shortly if he can or not.
Yeah, I think he's got to screw that to avoid the cannon. I couldn't avoid it. Great pot though. Oh, what's happening with the green? Oh, that's unbelievable.
I'll tell you what, John, it's a free ball as well by the looks of things. Might be a free ball. And I'm just thinking if the black goes in the middle pocket, he might take the black as a free ball. It is. It's a free ball. Now does the black pot into the middle pocket? Because if he could pot that and get on the black again, well, there it is. It's not quite on. White a little bit to the left. He would have had a go at it. He might still. Not quite, but I'll tell you what, it's not a bad position. That's the black out of the game as well at the moment.
Yeah, that was a clever little shot he played. Don't think he actually played the pot at all there. Just played it to get it up the table and put it in a safe position. All the time trying to make it as difficult as possible for Mark Selby. Just clip off this red, put it back in the bunch here, Mark. Leave the cue ball on the side cushion.
What's he done here? My word. Luckily the pink is out of commission, the black is. But that was a poor shot from John.
Yeah, he just overhit it by a long way, didn't he? It was one of those ones you just needed to be coming dead weight into the side of the pack, but you're dead right, Dennis. I mean, luckily for him, the pink didn't just stick its nose out, or that would have been a chance to pot the pink and splat everywhere. Oh, there's a cutback as well.
Well, he'll be thinking a few shots ahead. His plan will be the blue, the red, the blue again, and then into the bunch. In fact, he's going straight into the bunch because he had an angle. What a shot that is.
Yeah, brilliant. And if the pink pots, there you go. Plenty of action on it, straight into the pack. And the pink pots as well, so the red that's closest to the cue ball. And you've got to drop that in. What a chance this is. Okay, the red on the ball cushion is going to be a problem, but the others aren't.
There's not many players in the game when their back's against the wall that can come out and suddenly produce the best snooker, and I've seen him do it so many times. He suddenly looks full of confidence. It is amazing to watch. Yeah, that was the shot of the match so far for me. Because he'd got a good angle on the blue, he could have played for the red next to it, but he thought, I've got an angle, I'm going for it here. And didn't he play it well? It's worth another look because he had an angle, but the action he got on that.
20.
Superb.
$21. Yep.
He's walking around the table just full of confidence. It really is. It's the confidence of a 3 times Masters winner.
Yeah. I think he's extremely focused. And John Higgins is just sitting in a chair watching this thinking,
27.
Oh, that red on the ball cushion, come to my rescue. Because I think he's fairly sure the others are going to get potted.
28.
I think he's got a slight angle on this.
34.
Yep, there you see it.
Yeah, he didn't quite pop that pink into the centre of the pocket, so he come off slightly off angle on this. What I'd be looking to do, Dennis,
35.
is get on this the second last red and make sure I was on a ball colour. So that at least I'm guaranteed I'm going to get good position for that final red. Try and keep it simple and get as close as possible. Well, he's come a little bit further, but
41.
that's what he'd like to have done. If he could have just got on a ball cushion, it'd have been a simple little shot to get right behind that red.
That's where he'd love to get the cue
42.
ball to give himself a chance. He's got to get close to that last red, and he's got to leave it off straight. Now, can he pop the pink and go twice across and get into that position?
Yeah, he's really disappointed with that shot. You could see him shaking his head there. He's overhit that by 3 or 4 inches. It's a big shot.
I still think he can get twice across if he misses the yellow.
Yes, I don't think there's any danger. It's a natural angle to get there. I just think the pink's a hard pot.
And that's why he's probably going to play the snooker by the looks of things. Under the circumstances, not a bad choice. He's overscrewed it though.
42.
When you've got a little bit of tension, and there's plenty of tension out there, you will overscrew something like that. He had to be very delicate with that screw shot. Not the best from John.
Yeah, there's plenty of tension out there, isn't there? Totally and utterly understandable. This is a big, big prize.
Might be a little bit of the red sticking out, but John will probably play off cushion first.
Yeah, he's got to really, hasn't he, Dennis? If he clips that red, there's only one place it's going, and that's over the corner pocket. So just a matter of judging this correctly. You don't want to hit a ball colour with it on the way back.
He's played it well.
Yeah, it's very good.
Well, the defending champion, Mark Selby, he's giving it everything he has to stay in this year's Masters. A little bit pacey, otherwise he would have had the snooker there. Still a good shot though. Who's going to make the first mistake in this safety exchange? A little bit sticking out. If there is, he's okay. He might be able to get up behind the pink from here.
Yeah, that's what he's looking at straight away, and he can come in round the 2 angles behind it. Well, I don't think he's got it behind the pink, but he might have got it behind the blue. Oh, he hasn't. Oh, chance, John Higgins.
Setting himself up for this difficult long red. Oh, he's unlucky. He's potted a cracking red, but he's not on the green. He's going to have to play the snooker.
Yeah, and he needs to get this absolutely dead tight if he can.
John Higgins won.
He didn't, but okay, it's still a snooker, Dennis. But
I'll tell you what, John Higgins was a few inches away from getting himself into the semi-final. That great red, if he had it dropped on the green or brown, he would have won this match. This was the good pot, and he just come right onto the green. A bit unlucky.
Playing it this way so he can hopefully get some distance between yellow and cue ball, and he's hit it full ball. Good shot. Very good shot.
Well, there might be a chance to get the snooker behind the pink, but he can play two ways. He can play thin off the yellow on the left side if he wants, but that's the one. Is he hard enough? Is he hard enough? It's still a good shot, but he had a chance of getting the snooker there.
It's been a fabulous frame, this. And a little bit of everything. Now, well, not a particularly appetizing pot, that one, is it?
No, I think he might be sending this one around the angles. It's not bad. Might get the snooker this time. Easy to escape from. But even someone like Mark Selby, who's the best in the business of getting out of snookers and knocking a ball safe, but even he, at times, you're never absolutely sure where the object ball is going to finish up. Well, he's almost potted that. He mishit that. That wasn't the way he intended to get out of the snooker.
Yeah, almost potted it and almost snookered him. Yep, didn't play it like that.
Wow, what a shot he's taken on there. What a thin yellow he took on there. I don't think Mark Selby thought he was going to try and cut that in. I certainly didn't think he was going to take that on. What a shot. Oh, and he's got a horrendous kick. That is unbelievable. He's potted the most fabulous yellow to get himself on the green, to put himself in the semi-final, and look what happens.
Oh, that is just so cruel. It really is. The things that can happen in this game. That was an absolutely brilliant yellow. Looks all set to win, and he has a kick like a mule.
It looks as if it's a bit too thin for Mark Selby to hold for the brown. I mean, you'd have to play it with so much left-hand side, and that makes the pot so much more difficult. I mean, he could square it up and come back in line with the black possibly, but boy, it makes the pot so much tougher.
Thing is, the way they finished, then, it's not that easy to play safe, is it? It's not one of those you can run down the table easily.
Is he playing it with the side? He is, and that's what can happen. That's what can happen. He got on the brown, but he had so much side on that, on these lively cloths. It makes the pot so much more difficult.
Three.
He needs the brown, he needs the blue, and he needs the pink. A few of the spectators might have to leave. They'd love to stay, but the old transport system, some of them have got to get back home, and boy, are we in for a fantastic conclusion to this quarter-final. We'll pick up the commentary when the players return.